welcome to the Recovery Daily Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Abassi. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic and stroke survivor. Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 9 a.m., and I do not have a hangover from a night of drinking and not remembering what I did. And that's always a victory in my life. Not drinking is the most important thing in my life. Because if I don't keep that as the priority in my life, then I have the ability of losing everything else in my life. So, so I'm always celebrating after a holiday like New Year's, really any holiday that I don't drink because it's such a different way of life. And I I was in bed. I was in bed before midnight, but I was awake through midnight and I heard the fireworks going off. I swear there was a firework display going on right over my bedroom um, because it was so loud. But so the dog slept with me because Boris gets very nervous when he hears explosions outside when I don't blame him. So the dog slept with me for most of the night. I finally put Autumn in her crate because she's just, oh, she was like licking her paws and stuff like that. And I couldn't sleep. So I didn't get a lot of sleep, but again, I'm not hungover, so it's going to be a good day. Somebody said in my morning meeting that they have this, like they have, well, if you're a part of a sobriety program, they have like these little cards that have various things on them, and one person shared in a meeting that she has a little card that says how to have a good day. And I thought, oh, I didn't get that card before. But really, if I practice the program, that's how I can have a good day. So I'm excited for today. Nothing special is planned, just like nothing was special was planned last night. Um, Last night I painted. So that's exciting. I've gotten my paints back out and I painted something on an old canvas that I had that was pre-populated with the word love all over it. And I don't know, it's kind of like I have a thing about decorating with things that have words on them. I don't know what it is, but it's like nothing inspiring. There's not a picture. It just said love all over it. So I had been thinking about donating it, but I kept it for some reason. And I finally pulled it out 2 days ago and I thought, oh, I can paint something over top of this that depicts love. So I painted something on it that will be available in my Etsy shop, which is my new uh, project this year is get my Etsy shop up and running, and that'll be fun. So I'll be providing the link to my Etsy shop in the chat. So if you're interested, you can visit that and check it out. I'm not quite sure about how I'm going to be shipping all of these things. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that in an efficient way, but all I can do is just dive right into it and see what happens. And hopefully people will be forgiving as I try to figure it out. So I painted last night. I finished my love painting and I started a new pill bottle. So that's exciting. I'm painting a rainy crosswalk in a town or city. So that should be interesting to paint. And I listened to movies. I've been listening to movies every night. And I can't remember offhand what movie I listened to last night, which is terrible. But Anyway, I think that I'm doing the work. I mentioned that yesterday. Like, I have a lot of stuff to be grateful for. I'm a dual survivor and I'm doing it. I'm making things work. And somebody reminded me this morning that I am living someone else's dream. And that was a really cool perspective to look at things. I have been trying to focus on being grateful for what I can do and not focusing on the things I can no longer do because of my disability with my eyes. Um, but I haven't gone as far as to recognize that I am living someone else's dream. There are people, the share this morning was about there are people who don't get to take a warm shower, that don't have heat. I think that he said the majority of people in the world do not get to take a warm shower. And I thought, wow, that's something that I take for granted. I wonder how much else I take for granted. So I think today my job is going to be to really identify all the things throughout the day that I take for granted. And that's not to make me feel like I'm a bad person, but to recognize that all of these small things are special in my life. Every day I practice step one. I wake up and I recognize that um, I have I'm a dual survivor. I have these things that I need to prioritize in my life. The fact that I am in recovery and I will be in recovery for the rest of my life. But that doesn't mean I can't go a step further and be grateful. Step one is to recognize that my life was unmanageable and I can see, just like I was talking about yesterday, like my thinker can make life unmanageable even without a drink. And they call that a dry drunk. And in order to make that not so, I need to practice going to meetings, calling my sponsor, because it could lead me to a drink if I don't do that. I can't, if I were to pick up a glass of wine, I would lose everything. It's like I'm looking at a scale where there's a glass of wine on one side and everything in the world on the other side. And as long as everything in the world is weighing down my scale and it's more important, it's more to me than that glass of wine, then I'm good, you know? Um, I have had dreams in my life of who I wanted to be and what I wanted to have, quote unquote. And honestly, life kind of made me undream those things. Like my experiences made me undream things, feeling like they're not realistic, like, oh, it could never happen to me. It's interesting how life did that to me, that I had dreams and then more and more, those dreams became something that I couldn't reach. I felt like I couldn't reach. And then I sabotaged myself to do as much as possible unknowingly to make those dreams further and further away from me. But as soon as I put down that drink and I began to consistently work my program in all of my affairs, and that doesn't mean that I'm perfect. It means that I'm constantly working towards progress. Um, my life is better than all of that stuff that I undreamed, It's there's so much that I have. When I first stopped drinking, um, the biggest thing that I had to lose became more important than the booze, Well, today I have so much more that I could lose because that's what sobriety has given to me. It has given me life now is building dreams. When I was drinking, it was causing me to undream them. And so I can see that as long as I keep staying sober and I keep working it. It's not I keep not drinking. It's I keep working my program. Um, my life, my dreams begin to align with each other, and it just is bigger and better every day despite challenges. So I'm really grateful to be alive and sober today. I'm grateful for this body that I have despite the dual survival, despite the alcoholism, despite the stroke survival. I survived is the biggest part of that phrase, stroke survival. So yeah, I'm truly grateful, and I'm going to think about that today. What are all the things um that are bigger than what I had dreamed, and that I may take for granted in everyday life, because those little things are what other people dream of. And I think that that's an amazing concept and way to walk through my day to day. So thanks for listening. Happy New Year to you, and I'll see you tomorrow. I won't see you. I won't see you tomorrow. I will talk to you tomorrow.